To become a well-rounded pickleball player, you must be able to perform a range of shots according to the situation. You can't win by hitting the ball as hard as you possibly can every time.
Hitting an effective return of serve in
finesse is
pickleball
required
is
to
critical
drive your
for
opponent
game's
into tough
ability to
circumstances.
inside out.
You'll be able to
As a
keep your
result,
opponent
good
guessing.
service.
Improve
So
your
you once
overall
again
game
score
if you
points.
have these
But how can
12
you
shots
master
in your
this serve?
repertoire.
Well, let's figure.
Hello and welcome to Pro Pickleball Media, your #1 spot for all pickleball content. Our channel is dedicated to the fastest growing sport in the US, and we cover all fun and exciting things related to pickleball. So if you love pickleball and want to learn more about it, just take a second to subscribe and press the bell icon so you don't miss any of our recent videos. Today's video, we're going to talk about 12 key shots that you must incorporate in your pickleball game to skyrocket it to new highs. Now let's get right into the video. 1. The dink. Once you've mastered the dink, it's a fairly simple shot to execute. When you're at the net, a dink is a gentle shot that lands in your opponent's kitchen. The objective is to hit the ball slightly over the net and into the opposing kitchen. As you progress, you can start positioning it and forcing your opponent to make mistakes. Anybody wishing to enhance their pickleball game should invest in a dink. Because the game is usually played near the net, particularly in doubles, being able to place a dink in the kitchen will prevent your opponent from spiking the ball back at you. Number 2, the drop shot. Drop shot's an excellent way to reset the pace and move up to the net. It's similar to the dink, but from a different angle. A well-placed drop shot will allow you to sprint to the net and establish the tone of the point. The purpose of a drop shot, like the dink, is to have the ball fall in the kitchen and prevent the opponent from making a fast-paced shot back at you. Again, you want the ball to go barely over the net and rest softly in the kitchen. Consider the drop shot to be a long-range dink. 3. The overhead smash. The overhead smash is an excellent approach to punish your opponent's errors. Slam the ball back to their side of the court if they leave it hanging in the air. An overhead smash is simple to execute. Simply hit the ball with some strength and towards the ground. Careful not to allow your momentum to carry you into the kitchen afterwards, or you'll make a mistake. Number 4, the drive. This is an excellent shot for changing things up and catching your opponent off guard. A drive is simply a low, strong stroke that causes your opponent to respond swiftly. You can compel your opponent to make a terrible return and smash it back at them. If you do it correctly, just be careful when hitting a driving shot, because as your opponent returns it, you could end up stuck in the back of the court and lose the point. Number 5, the lob shot. The lob shot's another excellent way to catch your opponent off guard to change the pace of the game. The lob shot's purpose is to lob the ball over your opponent's head and into the back line, forcing them to withdraw to get it. When performing a lob shot, be cautious, because if you hit too low or short, the ball will be slammed right back at you. Practicing these 5 distinct shots will help you improve your game and keep your opponents on their toes. Most of these required a well-rounded player capable of competing with the best. Continue to practice these shots, and you'll improve your game and impress your friends. Number 6, block shot. The block shot is used in pickleball to prevent third shot drives or normal drives from providing your opponent an advantage. When your opponent hits you with a heavy shot, it's simple to make a mistake. Nonetheless, the block shot is here to assist. A block shot is extremely simple to execute. If you like, you can read an in-depth post I published about block shots here. Simply hold your paddle out in front of you in a backhand position to perform a block shot. Let the ball to contact with the paddle without intervening. The most essential thing to remember is not to swing at it. Trust me, there's a lot of power in that ball screaming directly at you. You don't need to boost its power. If you execute this successfully, the ball will limp towards the kitchen, making your opponent return tough. Block shots are also an excellent method to slow down the game and deny your opponent an edge. Now, before we move ahead to talk about more game-changing pickleball tips, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to our channel so that we can keep bringing more informative pickleball content to you. Your little contribution means a lot for us. Number 7, deep return serve. This is a really crucial shot to master. It's not difficult, it simply takes time to learn how to do it effectively. Naturally, knowing how far you're hitting the ball towards the backcourt might be challenging. When we try to estimate distances that far, our depth perception becomes a little wacky. Finding a friend or pickleball partner to return serve to is the greatest way to practice this. This can tell you how far you've been hitting it to assist you in figuring things out. Your brain will eventually form a pattern, and you'll become accustomed to it. Number 8, backhand punch. It's a great little shot that usually surprises the opponent. The backhand punch is a shot that's often made at the net and involves punching the ball. The shot's intended to convert a high dink made by your opponent into a shot that fires directly at them. This is straightforward to carry out. Simply place your paddle in the backhand position and pretend to punch with your fist. Easy. Number 9, overhead smash. That's my all-time favorite pickleball shot. What do you anticipate from a man my age? Well, my back and chest muscles are always sore the next day if I've been slamming too much. The overhead smash is intended for one purpose only, to damage the ball and make it hard for your opponent to return it. It's a golden opportunity. If your opponent throws a shot that passes barely over your head, this is your chance to score. Grab the ball and slam it down. The crucial word here is precision. Use less wrist action if you're hitting from into the net. If you're hitting them to your opponent's baseline, utilize more wrist motion or a lighter paddle. Number 10, third shot drop. The third shot drop is the most crucial shot in pickleball to learn. This shot is absolutely necessary to master an advanced pickleball. The third shot costs a lot of points. The reason for this is the players are under a lot of pressure when attempting to make this shot. The opponents have already arrived at the kitchen, but you and your companion are still near the baseline. Third shot drops are arcing shots to settle softly in the kitchen. Because of the soft landing, your opponent will be forced to dink the ball rather than drive it. If you hit your shot too far or too high, your opponent will likely smash or drive the ball, causing you to lose the point. Hitting to a friend position at the kitchen line is a great method to improve third shot drops. When you hit one, ask them to tell you where it landed in the kitchen so you know how far you're hitting it. Center line ace. This usually only works if you have a strong top spin serve. If you don't, it'll be difficult to pull off. I adore performing this serve. It's a lot of fun. I recommend checking it out for fun. The goal of this serve is to hit as hard as with as much topspin as possible while staying right on the center line. If everything is done right, your opponent may not even move. It will scream down the middle, leaving your opponent dumbfounded. Number 11, the Dink Fake. This is one of the most cunning and deceptive shots in pickleball. If done right, the Dink Fake is brutal. It's difficult to pull off. The Dink Fake is when you pretend to be about to dink a semi-high ball, but end up driving it instead. It's quick and can be used as a third shot drive if the return was short. There are two conditions for this shot to be successful. The ball must be thrown far enough. You must have enough topspin. The ball must be high enough for the shot or it will simply fall into the net. On the other hand, you must apply enough topspin so that it curves over the net and does not go to the baseline. It's time to dust off your acting abilities. Convince your opponent that you're about to dink the ball and then drive it all at once. The idea here is to make it appear out of nowhere. Your aim is to take your opponent by surprise. This blast is also incredibly effective when aimed directly at your opponent. Number 12, backspin return serve. This shot's not only effective when used appropriately, but it's also amusing when executed flawlessly. Wait for a semi-high serve to come your way to execute this shot. Slice straight downward with your paddle when it appears soft and easy. The ball will rise softly into the air but land with a significant amount of side spin. The ball should bounce straight to the side, making it difficult for your opponent to return it. The shot should land on either side of the kitchen and bounce a foot off the ground and to the side if done correctly. Brutal. Obviously, this shot is incredibly dangerous. It might easily go out, into the net, or just be a typical return serve that did nothing but raise your danger. The spin will be considerably more intense if you use a paddle with a fiberglass face. So what is your favorite pickleball shot? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like this video and share it with your fellow picklers. Also, if you love pickleball, then make sure to watch this next video on our channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.